Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Sam's33 here, and welcome to another battle video. This is round 3 of the league tournament I had this weekend on the 8th of September. I believe that was the date. And today I am going to be featured in this match. I am currently 2-0, and so is my opponent. This was the only match that was 2-0. I would have gotten a match that didn't have me, but there was only one other 2-0 besides us, and that player was down paired to a 1-1, so I thought this would be the best course of action to do this. So yes, of course, I am on the right, and I am using a Virizion Genesect deck. Just those Pokemon, no Drift Blims or anything like that. There was one Tropius though, but for the most part, it's just those two. And on the left, we have Arielle, who I have featured in my videos several times. She, of course, has a co-op channel with me as well. We haven't really done much with it yet, but hopefully that will come soon. Anyway, she also has a YouTube channel known as KH Fangirl 90. And anyway, she is playing a plasma deck with Kyurem and Deoxys and Thundurus and all that type of stuff. So Arielle is going to go first. Looks like she does not have a bad start by any means. She has a Kyurem, a Deoxys, a Blend Energy, as well as a Silver Bangle. So all she would need is a Colress Machine to get a turn 1 attack, and she's going to play a Juniper. So hopefully, for her, she's going to want to get that, obviously, and it looks like she did get that. And as you see there, I'm starting with a Genesect. It is a proxy. I apologize for that. I know it's not good to do so in videos especially, but yeah, we're just going to have to deal with that for now. I'll get them eventually, I swear. Anyway, Arielle is going to be doing a turn 1 Frost Spear for 70 damage, and definitely going to be a good position for her. I am, on the other hand, not going to be in a good position. I will have a Genesect with 70 damage, and I have not even taken a turn yet. So that is very bad. But anyway, about this matchup, I think this is a very fickle matchup. As I've said with a lot of matchups with the Virizion Genesect deck, it depends on how well the opponent sets up. For example, if the Plasma player gets a setup like this with a turn 1 70 damage with a Kyurem, then I think the Virizion Genesect player has the disadvantage. But if they do not draw well and the Virizion Genesect player can use or can knock out the Kyurems and do that, knock out Kyurems, prevent them from knocking out your Pokemon and getting rid of all your energy. I think that the Virizion Genesect player can have an advantage in this situation. It is definitely a interesting matchup. I think for the most part, the Plasma player will have the advantage. But again, it depends on their list. If it's a consistent, turn 1 powerful list, which most of them are, it should be easy for them. It's mostly why these Virizion Genesect decks play the Drift Blim, which is incredibly good against Plasma. But I did not play it because I thought no one would be playing Plasma, which I was sorely mistaken because Arielle is 2-0, and I believe last round, in the second round, I also played a Virizion or Plasma deck. So poor choice on my part. Anyway, I played an N. We're gonna draw 6. I'm gonna be aiming for a Virizion EX so I can use its Emerald Slash attack on the second turn. It also has a water resistance, which is very good against Kyurem, so it cannot be one shot. And here I'm gonna play a town map to be able to look at my prize cards. And looks like I have 2 Plasma Energy prize. That is very, very bad. Obviously, Colress Machine is one of the best. Most cards you want to draw the most. Being able to search your deck for Plasma Energy and attach it to one of your Pokemon is very good. But if you don't have those Plasma Energy in the deck, then that's very bad. And here I'm playing an Ultra Ball. I apologize if some of the proxies are very poor, but just gonna have to deal with that. I do not actually have a color printer, as weird as that sounds. I would have made colored ones, but we don't really have any colored ink, so yeah, we have a weird philosophy with technology. But anyway, I did swap out. I'm gonna swap out the real. I do have one real Genesect and one real Virizion, so I will be swapping out the fakes for the real ones as often as I can. But if not, I will apologize for that. And looks like I'm going to have to attach a Plasma to my Virizion and pass, which that is not what I want, obviously. I want to get a Grass Energy on Virizion, but I did not really have the option at this point. Frankly, it's a little You don't want to, especially with all those plasma energy prized, I don't want to be attaching plasma energy to Virizion, because Color's machine just will not work like ever. And Arielle is just going to attach and use a Blizzard Burn for the knockout. And she, well, that is a very bad thing for her. She's definitely not in a bad position. Looks like here I'm going to play a Skylight. It doesn't look like my hand is very good either. It looks like, what am I going to get here? I have a few options. I can either get an Energy Search and get an Energy on Virizion, or I could get a Supporter, because my hand looks very bad from, you know, my reactions and body language. Obviously, I would have liked Genesect or an Energy or anything like that, but it looks like I have nothing in my hand remotely useful. So, yeah, just going to have to get a Supporter. I would have liked to get a Genesect or an Energy or something like that, but alas, no, which is very disappointing for me. So it looks like I'm probably just going to end up passing, and that is what I'm going to do. Funny thing in this matchup, I could have, if I did get a Grass Energy, I could have powered up the Tropius, which will do enough to knock out this Kyurem. If I hit it with an Emerald Slash, it will be 50 from the Emerald Slash, and with Energy Press, it will do 80 damage because the Kyurem has 3 energy. It's 20 plus 20 for each energy on the defending Pokemon, but with no Grass Energy, that's not happening. So, very bad hand for me. It looks like I'm visibly frustrated at this hand. Looks like someone's trying to get in the view of the camera. Always annoying when people try to do that. What am I doing here? It appears I'm fixing the camera. I apologize for this angle. It's very bad, I realize. Looks like I'm fixing it a little bit. But, yeah. Not the greatest angle. I apologize for that. And now, what exactly is Arielle doing here? She's using a catcher on my Tropius. And she has the Keldeo with the Float Stone so she can rush in and retreat. And I would think she would want to use Blizzard Burn on the Virizion, but maybe she's going for a Frost Spear to hit it with on the bench, and then next turn she can use a Blizzard Burn. She discarded a lot of energy with that Juniper, so she may just be trying to further her setup and actually get some more energy in play, because this is her only Kyurem. If this goes down, she loses all her energy. She has no other attackers in play other than Deoxys, which is not very strong. It looks like she's gone through like 2 or 3 Prism energy, so that will not be very good. So it looks like, no, she's going to use a Blizzard Burn, and much to her dismay, I only play the one Tropius, the only non-EX attacker in my deck, so knocking out that Tropius was completely irrelevant, actually, because she still have to knock out 3 EXs to be able to win the game. If only I played Shaman, then I could do 180 damage with Revenge Blast, but that's probably not going to end up happening. So yeah, looks like I did top deck a Grass Energy and played the N. So as long as I draw Genesect, this is going to be a good turn for me. Hope if I do draw the Genesect, I'll be able to use Emerald Slash to get energy on it. But if not, I'm going to have to leave this Virizion active, which is not good. But she can always retaliate with a energy or if they Deoxys and a catcher to knock out the Genesect. And it looks like I did get the Genesect, and I'm going to use Emerald Slash. I seem very rushed right now. I recall in this tournament I had a lot of things to do. Actually, I had to set up this camera, which was being frustrating at the time. I had to organize. I had to pretty much do everything involving the tournament. I had to enter the pairings into my computer program and do all that stuff, and it was very frustrating, and I was flustered, and it was difficult. So, word to you guys: don't judge, play, organize, and do all this stuff at the same time. It's a very bad idea. It looks like Arielle is going to have a catcher and Deoxys to be able to knock out. She has another Deoxys to be able to knock out my Genesect and go down to. Oh, she didn't actually. No, never mind. She did use a Blizzard Burn last turn, but now I have no. All I have is this Virizion, which is just not good. I want Genesect out here to be able to attack, but she does still have no energy in play other than this Kyurem. So if I can knock this out, and it looks like her hand is very bad as well, I will be in a good position. I'll have what's the word? I'll have energy in play. She won't. That type of thing. And now I captured the Keldeo, but I decided to take it back. I think I know what I'm going to do here instead. I'm going to Ultra Ball And the reason I don't want to hit this Kyurem is because Genesect can just finish it off next turn anyway. Cause it looks like I'm going to Ultra Ball for a Genesect and be able to. And next turn I'll be able to use Megalo Cannon to knock that out. So this is what I'm planning. I'm going to use Red Signal to bring up the Keldeo instead, so I don't have to waste my catcher since I was going to attach an energy to the Genesect anyway. But now I'm going to play an N, and she will be at 1 card and only those energy on the Kyurem in play. So if she doesn't draw a catcher to win this turn, I think I will be in a good position. If she doesn't draw the catcher, or if she doesn't draw the catcher, she can still hit my Kyurem for 160 with Blizzard Burn, and then she'll just need a Frost Spear or some way to hurt it in the future to be able to get it knocked out. So that might be good for her if that happens. But yeah, you also be wondering why I catchered up the Keldeo. It's because it has the grass weakness, so I'll be doing double damage, which will allow 2 animal slashes to knock it out and will get my prizes a lot faster. It's better than hitting one of the Deoxys on the bench, which she has infinite of, so she won't have to worry about. I won't have to worry about getting all those off her field, because she'll just have another waiting behind it. And looks like she's gonna play an N, get her 1 new card. So let's see what she will get here with this 1 card. Unless she draws a catcher, she's gonna. And that will be very unlikely to draw a catcher off this. She's already used 2, and with 1 card, that's just not going to happen very often. She has used a couple of Junipers, so her deck is probably very thinned out of dead cards. And let's see what I get off of this. She's obviously going to want to use this Kyurem. I'm pretty sure she's going to want to use it to be able to hit my Virizion for 160. Hopefully knock it out later with something else. Like if she powers up another Kyurem, she can use Frost Spear. Here I'm going to swap out the fake Genesect for the real one so it's easier for you guys to see. So yeah. Arielle probably does not have very many options with her hand. I don't think I saw what it was. I think it might have been a Culver's Machine. Something blue, I'm pretty sure. Maybe Frozen shit. It wouldn't be Frozen City. She would have played it down, probably. But now, she's deciding between Frost Spear and Blizzard Burn. If she uses a Frost Spear, the Genesect will be able to easier to be knocked out later. But if she hits the Virizion, she'll be able to win in the next few turns, or even the next turn if she draws something like Thundurus Energy Catcher to knock it out. So I would say she wants to use the Blizzard Burn, but she might go with the Frost Spear here. Or I can't tell actually. I think she went with the Blizzard Burn. No. No. She used the Frost Spear. Now I'm trying to calculate the damage on this Virizion. See how much it is. It is 70 because of that water resistance. And now it's my turn, and I'm going to be able to do exactly what I wanted to do in the first place, which is to knock out this Kyurem and get all their energy off the field. I'm also going to play a Super Rod and get some grass energy back into my deck. So this is really just a good setup for me overall. I have this Genesect that's fully powered, ready to start getting knockouts. She has no energy in play after this turn, and 1 Keldeo with 100 damage on it. And on just 3 Deoxys, which are not amazing attackers, but they could be able to do a little bit of damage to Virizion if need be. They cannot knock it out in 1 hit, but they'll get darn close to that. So let's see what else I have. I have another Virizion, which I'm going to start powering that up. Looks like I have no sort of support or anything like that, so I probably am just powering up something just for the heck of it. No, I'm going to play a Juniper. This is understandable to want to do this, because I want to be hitting this Keldeo with Virizion at some point. And this is what I wanted especially, is to max potion off the Virizion, and now there's no chance of that thing getting knocked out anytime soon. It actually wouldn't have been knocked out by much. I don't think there was anything that could have knocked her out. Now I'm going to play a Tool Scrapper, which is even better for me. Now she has no versatility, so if she draws an attacker, she'll not be able to switch it out unless she draws another Floatstone. And yes, the reason I powered up the Virizion is because I was planning on drawing the max potion, so I wanted to get another Virizion in play to use Emerald Slash. As I said, I did want to use the what was the card? I wanted to use Virizion on the Keldeo as opposed to Genesect, because Genesect will do 200 damage on a Pokemon that already has 100 damage on it, so it's just wasteful. when I could just use the Virizion and do the same job of knocking out Keldeo. So now she's going to play an N. This is frankly better for me than it is for her, because she's only going to get one card again, but she really didn't have any more options. She just wants to draw more cards. Her hand was at 0, or her entire hand was just this N, so she's going to be getting one new card at least. So there's nothing bad that can happen from this other than getting me a new 5 cards. I did draw an energy off the prizes because of the town map, which is a nice, honestly, nice little card in this deck. It allows it to stay afloat a lot of the time without the help of supporters. You can take supporters from the prizes, or for example, stuff like that, energy, if you don't have an energy. So now what's my turn going to be? My optimal turn will be some way to use Virizion to knock out that Keldeo. But if I can't do that, I will probably just hit this Deoxys for 100. Maybe I'll be using a catcher on the Kyurem as well. That's something else I want to worry about, because Kyurem is very deadly to this deck, obviously. The only thing that can really do damage to me, or serious damage. I'm going to play a Sky. Let's see what I'm going to get here. It looks like a G booster, so I'm going to go on the super offensive and knock out this Deoxys, going down to 3 prizes, and then I will just need to knock out the Kyurem and one more EX, which will most likely be that Keldeo, so I will not actually be in that bad. Yeah, that's what I'm going to go for. I'm going to get the G booster, and then all I need is like 2 more attacks most likely, and I'll be able to win this game. I probably want to use the G booster on the Kyurem if I can at some point. Right now would probably be the best possible thing, but probably what's going to end up happening is I'll have to hit this Kyurem later at some point. So let's see what's going to happen here. Hopefully I'll have an energy as well, otherwise my Genesect will not be able to attack next turn. I don't see why I would have gotten the G booster unless I had that energy, because I do not have access to Colorless Machine anymore because I've used I've used my 2 plasma energy, and then I have the 2 prized, which are not good. I don't want those being prized. So yes, I'm going to attach another energy. I may be worried about Deoxys using Helix Force on me and doing more damage that I have more energy attached, but that shouldn't be a worry. And now I'm going to catcher the Kyurem and use G Booster and knock it out. This was probably not the best move in hindsight, because now she can power up another Kyurem, and then I will not. If she powers up that Kyurem, I won't want to knock it out because it will take longer for me to win the game, because I'll have to knock out 2 non-EXs, which is not good. I don't want that happening. And oh no, she's going to use a Tool Scrapper, which is even worse for me, because now I don't have that G booster anymore. Obviously, and now she's also going to catch her the Virizion, which is also bad. So I may just have to pass this turn, because I don't have really any attack. Because if I don't have a switching card, then I won't be able to get this Virizion out of the active and attack in the same turn. So if one thing I probably should have done at some point was take the Sky Arrow Bridge out of my prizes instead of the Plasma Energy, because I believe I've discarded 2 switches, which are my only switches in this deck, and then I have 1 more Sky Arrow. So that was probably my only option to retreat this Virizion. So this was probably a bad move on my part, taking the Plasma Energy instead of what's it called? Instead of the Sky Arrow Bridge. So now she might have time to power up an attacker, hopefully a Kyurem in her case, and be able to make a, I wouldn't say comeback here because she was the one up 5 prizes, but it seems like I was in the better position to win at a lot of points. Excuse me, I'm not speaking very well today. When do I ever speak fluently, frankly? So I will need to draw a lot this turn if I want to use an attack. Probably the best, my favorite, or what? The thing I want most to happen is to draw my last Sky Arrow, an energy, and a catcher to use Emerald Slash on the Keldeo and knock it out. But that might not happen because I can't draw the Sky Arrow. So other than that, I don't really have anything I can do. I guess I can attach to the Genesect and use Megalo Cannon and hit the Deoxys. But that won't really. That will get me a little further into my process of taking 6 prizes. But maybe that might be a little too slow. It appears that Arielle has no energy in her hand as well, so she won't be. Oh, She has a computer search, though, which will allow her to get most likely an energy to attach to one of her Pokemon. Maybe not, though. She may be going for something else. I don't know what she can get. What else she can get with this computer search. Looks like she's going to discard. What is that? I think that was a Skyla and a Bianca. Looks like she has 3 supporters in her hand, N, Skyla, and Bianca. The N, definitely. Is that a... I can't tell. I think it might be another N. Yes, it is another N. It's an N and a Skyla. And she cannot really decide. Skyla is not very good with a 1-card hand. She's just going to probably get a Juniper. But I think she's better off discarding the other N, because that will get her 1 random card, where Skyla will get her 1 exact trainer card. But the N may be able to disrupt me as well. And she's going to go with the Skyla. She may be wanting to use her N to disrupt me later on. But there's still a question of what will she get with this computer search. She may be going for a Juniper and to just further her setup, or it looks like what she's going to do is get the energy to be able to power up the Thundurus, which Thundurus will be good to have at this point. Or powering up Thundurus would be good, because she has no attackers. Or she could be going for that. The Chorus would be about as good as a Juniper. It would get her 6 cards as opposed to 7, but she may not have any Junipers left. She has used a lot of them. I think like 2 or 3. It's definitely a lot of them. Her last prize may be another Juniper, or she may just want to go on the conservative in case she draws a valuable card that she doesn't want to discard next turn. So if she took the Juniper, she would have to discard that with the Juniper. So now it's my turn. What can I do on my turn? Doesn't look like I have much, because I'm still as frustrated as ever. I'm going to use Red Signal and bring up the Keldeo, because I think let's see. Yeah, I got to have a Juniper. I discarded 2 Genesect, which is not what I want to happen. And if I draw that Sky Arrow Bridge, I will be in a good position, but looks like I did not draw it. Chorus Machine I'm going to play and get nothing, because there are no plasmas left in there. Let's see what I have in there. I have Energy, I think a Shadow Triad, and that's about it. I really didn't have much. If I had taken the Sky Arrow Bridge from my prizes, this turn may have been a lot different. And now she top decks the Float Stone, which is bad, because I just wasted that Red Signal. And she'll be able to call her for 6 cards. Hopefully what she probably wants is an Energy to power up Thundurus, and then probably a Kyurem to do the heavy hitting of this game, because she really needs something to get her that last prize. So it really depends on what she draws from this course. If she whips an Energy, then that will just be dreadful, and she will have nothing to do on her turn other than just pass. But most likely she'll be able to draw some sort of Energy. She did discard a lot of them earlier, so she may just not draw one at all, but it looks like she did get one. And I also see a Team Plasma Ball, which will allow her to get a Kyurem, which is probably what she wants. She's going to use Team Plasma Ball, get a Kyurem, and now she has that Blend Energy in her hand. She'll be able to use Raiden Knuckle, do a little bit of damage, and then power up the Kyurem, and be able to probably use Blizzard Burn next turn, and hopefully use Blizzard Burn next turn and knock out either Genesect or the Virizion. Virizion is a weird way of saying that. So she may be considering just powering up the Kyurem and passing, because she doesn't want to get her Thundurus hurt. But no, she's going to use the Raiden Knuckle. That's almost definitely the better move. She gets a little bit of damage on the field and doesn't leave something else in harm's way. And I'm looking through her discard to see what she has. She has to have some sort of Energy in there. Let's see. She's probably just going to get a blend on the Kyurem. She seems to be thinking really hard about this game. This is a really intense game. It's been going on 25 minutes, almost. So, she could also power up a Deoxys and do a little bit, do some damage with that. But I think the Kyurem is definitely the better option, because I have to knock that out. And if I do knock that out, I won't really get much from it, because of it only costing 1 prize. So knocking out that Kyurem earlier may have not been the best idea, because now I have to knock out this Kyurem, and that will just not get me anywhere, frankly. Uh, I'll just have to, what am I trying to say? I'll have to knock out this Kyurem. I'll either have to knock out this Kyurem and hope she doesn't have the knockout next turn, or hope I can either knock out this Kyurem and then have to win in 3 attacks as opposed to 4, or as opposed to 2, or I could, if I catch her the kill, or if I catch her Keldeo and hit that with the Emerald Slash or something, I would knock that out and be able to get something else, be able to, what am I trying to say? And then possibly use a Shadow Triad to get G-Booster back and take the win on that. Or I could go for the Kyurem and prevent her from powering up an attacker. Let's see which one I'm going to go for here. I still don't have a Sky Arrow Bridge, so this Virizion may just be stuck active for the rest of the game. Or not the rest of the game, but, but until she wins, basically. So I'm thinking hard about this. This game is very intense. We're both thinking a lot about our moves, and I'm going to play a Skylight, and that's probably going to be for my Sky Arrow Bridge. Be able to retreat my Virizion. Let's see. That looks like what I'm going for here. I don't have much else I need, unless I want to get a catcher, but then I can't retreat. So yeah. That's what I have in my hand. I believe it's hard to tell what's in my hand because most of the cards are proxies, and they're all just gray. Yeah. Arielle's proxies are much better. If you couldn't tell, she has a couple proxy Deoxys EX, but they look much more convincing than mine. I didn't even notice them until, I didn't even notice hers were proxies until, halfway through the match or something. So, yeah, those are much better than mine, which are just black and white cards that are half as big as the actual sleeve, so there's so much surrounding them. Yeah, so I'm going to get the Sky Arrow Bridge, and let's see if I have what attack I'm going to be able to use. I'm not going to be able to use G-Booster, obviously, because I played my supporter for the turn, and I can't use Shadow Triad to get it back. I can either, probably what I'm going to do is capture the Keldeo, and, oh no, what is this? I'm going to retreat to a Virizion and pass. This is an interesting play here, because this Virizion is the only thing that can survive an attack from Kyurem, because it has the water resistance, and I don't want my other one up in harm's way because it has all my energy on it. So that was an interesting play by me. I think at that point I was like, oh, this is over. I have nothing I can do against this Kyurem, but no, I do have plenty of things I can do against this Kyurem. Let's see what Arielle has. She has a Blizzard Burn that will just be terrible for me, and all she'll need is a catcher to knock it out with the Raiden Knuckle. It looks like her hand is not very good. She has a Skyla and nothing else, really. She has Ultra Ball and Deoxys and pretty much junk. Let's see what you can get from this Skyla. Probably just going to be a supporter, either a Juniper or a Colress. I'm not sure if she has any Junipers left. Or, looks like what she's going for is a Colress machine. You can use Frost Spear and probably soften up all my Virizion EX. So the, so what's it called? The Blizzard Burn will be able to knock out anything. Yeah, that's what she's going to do. She's going to Colress Machine for the Plasma Energy. And I don't think I saw an energy in her hand, so... Oh, she does have a Silver Bangle, though. She'll be able to soften up. No, she's going to use a Raid Knuckle. This is also another smart play. She can get the energy on the Kyurem instead of keeping it active and letting me knock it out with G-Booster. So now, let's see what I can do here. Ideally, I want to knock out the Kyurem, but if I can't knock that out, then the Thundurus is my only... So I'm going to Shadow Triad for the Plasma Energy, and let's see what I'm going to do with this. I'm going to attach a Genesect and G-Booster, or Red Signal, bring up the Keldeo and knock that out. Looks like my hand was pretty bad. I may have not had a catcher with the... Oh no, I have an Energy Surge. That's not going to... I'm probably just using that to thin the card out of my deck, because I don't really want to draw energy anymore. I have a free retreat with everything, and my Genesect has 4 energy on it, so I'm not going to need energy anymore. So now I'm probably going to use Emerald Slash to knock out this Keldeo. Then I have to just hope and pray the Kyurem cannot knock me out. That has 3 energy on it. Believe it or not, this Kyurem can have something to knock me out. It can use... what's it called? What's the attack called? It can use Blizzard Burn. She has a Bangle Silver Bengal and a Deoxys, she will do 190 damage minus the resistance uh, from Virizion, which would be 170, which is enough to knock me out. Let's see if she has it. Is that it in her hand? Silver Bengal, and yes, that should be enough. That's 4 Deoxys, and Arielle will take game 1 of this series. Definitely a very close game. Looks like my hands were just very poor in that match. I just could not draw catchers and energy, not anything to knock out that the Kyurems really, which is very disappointing for me. And at this point, I was not happy. Again, I was very dispirited by all the stuff I had to do today. I had to organize the camera, which was frustrating, and organize the tournament, put everyone's names into my tournament program, and make sure everyone's matches are filled out and stuff. So I can understand why they don't allow judges to both play in events and judge, because it's very, very stressful. And this isn't even a premier event. This is just 4 rounds, no top cut. I can't even imagine doing a 9-round top 128 tournament with this. So in the future, I may shove those jobs onto other people so I don't have to do it. But I do like getting these games recorded and getting these out to you, because you seem to be enjoying them, and I like doing them. They seem to highlight some of the players in my league who probably don't get very much recognition. They're not, the greats like, Kyle Sukovic and Michael Pramawat and Jay Hornung and Jason Kaczynski. No one talks about them, so it's nice for them to get videos and be noticed by some people, even if it's just little old me with my 350 subscribers. So Arielle's still shuffling. She's shuffling for quite a while, and she's finally printed to cut. You can see she has those very cool Genesect sleeves from the Plasma Blast Elite Trainer box. Those sleeves are very cool. I like them very much. And I am going to go first in this series because I lost the game, and I can decide if I want to go first or not. And obviously, I do want to go first because of you get to choose in best out of 3. And as you see, I have that very cool dice bag there. It's one of those. There's a bag for marbles back in the day. Look, that's what they were basically. That. And looks like I start Virizion EX, and Arielle starts with a Keldeo. That is not what she wants to start with, obviously. That thing is terrible. First of all, it's just terrible starter in general. And second of all, it has a grass weakness, so it's even worse in this matchup. So she just got a very bad draw with having to start with that. I believe she plays 2, though, so it's not as unlikely as people who play 1. And she's going to get a Kyurem with this Team Plasma Ball. So if she does get a Float Stone, this won't be too bad of a turn. She'll have a Float Stone on the Keldeo, and energy, and it looks like she had a Prism Energy in her hand, so she won't be in too bad a position if she draws that. But otherwise, she's just gonna have this Keldeo active, and then nothing to prevent me from hitting it with Emerald Slash. But on my turn, I just attached and passed, which may seem like a very bad turn for me, but it's not actually that bad, because I may be holding on to a supporter, and I just want to get those attachments to Virizion. Because frankly, all I really need at this point is an attachment, because I don't need any other basics quite yet. I will in a turn after this, but not right now. So it looks like she did draw what she needed. She got a Colress Machine, and I think I saw a Float Stone in her hand as well. But off the Juniper, she did have to discard 2 Plasma Energy, so her Colress Machines later will not be very strong. She definitely won't. She'll definitely not have to. Well, she definitely can't rely on those anymore. She'll have to probably use Thundurus EX to get those back, or even other energy back. And now let's see what Arielle's gonna do. Looks like she has something else in her hand. She's considering playing possibly a Plasma Ball or Ultra Ball. I'm guessing it's an Ultra Ball because a Plasma Ball there's no backfire of playing it. You just play it, you get the Pokemon. Ultra Ball, she may have to discard other cards from her hand. Look, yeah, it is an Ultra Ball, so she may want to get a Deoxys to do extra damage, but this extra damage won't really matter on this Virizion. She'll just Blizzard Burn it next turn. Ugh, that's gonna be the end of that. She's also gonna discard a Thundurus, so she may open herself up to lose a lot of energy and just lose steam and not be able to do very much damage. 50 damage on the first turn is pretty good, frankly, especially with that terrible start of Keldeo EX. But you know, Plasma can make some pretty big turns happen. Like you saw that with just Keldeo start, nothing else, and then boom, Kyurem, Energy, Bengal, Chorus Machine. And it looks like here I'm going to play a Skyla. Let's see what I'm going to get here. As I said, I probably was just holding on to that. Looks like I'm going to get a Team Plasma Ball to get a Genesect, because that's the only thing I can get, really, is the Genesect. And I'm going to be able to use Emerald Slash to get energy onto it. So that's not an energy, that's a Professor Juniper. So that's kind of a telltale sign that my hand isn't as bad as it looks. So this is actually a pretty good start for me, but as good as I can really want. I have a Virizion turn 2 with the Genesect with 2 energy. Really the only better start I can ask for is Megalo Cannon. Either turn 2 Megalo Cannon, even turn 2 Megalo Cannon's worse than this, or like turn 2 G Booster or something. Even turn 2 G Booster can backfire on you very easily. So this is probably the best I can ask for. It looks like now she is going to play a computer search, and she's probably just going to want to get a supporter. I don't know if she has one in her hand or not. Looks like she's going to get looks like she wants to get a Juniper, but she may not get. I think that's her entire hand. I don't see any hand anywhere, so I don't see why she wouldn't get a Juniper. She may want to get an in, get rid of my hand. Maybe I have something good in it. Or Chorus wouldn't be very good. Skyla wouldn't. Bianca might work because what's the word? She has no hand, so yeah. And this is funny little moment. I just showed a card from a Yu-Gi-Oh card that says Plasma Ball, which is kind of funny. Someone used that in the tournament today just for fun, and it was pretty hilarious actually. Plasma Ball. It's technically it's a different name for the card, and it looks like Arielle. Anyway, back to the game. Arielle has a. I don't actually see a third energy on the Kyurem. Is that just an oversight? I don't see a third energy on the Kyurem. I may just be seeing things. I mean, it's right now it's very heavy on the glare, so she may have just missed that, which would be very stupid for that to happen. But either way, I saw one in her hand, so I can't even tell. It's impossible to see with this glare. I apologize, but anyway, it's very bad for me. I can't really do anything about that, but it happened. My Genesect is gone, and I now have to power up a new one. I did get to use Red Signal to bring up the Keldeo, and I asked if I can take that back, and she says no, which is understandable. I don't remember why I asked to take it back, but I think it has something to do with Chorus Machine, I want to say. But anyway, I'm going to get 2 energy on my Genesect, and now, if she has a catcher, this game is basically over. She can just get it. She can just kill the what's it called? Kill the Genesect, and then I'll have nothing really. I'll have no energy. I'll have this Virizion with tons of damage on it, and really I'll just be stuck and have no option. And looks like only now she's attaching that energy to Kyurem. So I don't know what happened earlier. Maybe I'm a little confused actually. I hope she didn't have 3 energy. I would have been a little miffed there to have died to that. I'm surprised that I wouldn't have noticed that. Looks like there's only 3 energy on there, and she just attached 1. Huh, that's interesting. I feel like I would have noticed that, or someone would have. There were like 3 people watching this game because it was like one of the last rounds in progress. But I don't know, maybe not. If she's gonna play a Juniper, and all she needs is a catcher, and this game will basically be over. And this really shows how poorly this matchup can end up for the Virizion player. It could just end as easily as this, just Kyurem getting powered up, and you can't really do anything about it. That's probably why you want to play Driftblim in this deck. That really helps out a lot. It can attack for 0 energy, do 70 to a Kyurem, and then you can use a Shadow Steel when it's really becomes a completely different matchup with the Driftblims, because because you actually can respond to something like Kyurem. But this, it really just depends on how well your opponent draws, which seems like Arielle's deck is drawing very well today, and in this match in general. Well, now it looks like she attached the energy to her Thundurus. Oh, okay. So the game's not immediately over. She knocked out the Virizion, so now I can use this Genesect and knock out her Kyurem, and then she'll have to power up a new one. Now I'm going to play Genesect, and looks like there are 2 cards in there. Neither are cards she really wanted. The Float Stone, if I have a Tool Scrapper, the Float Stone will be one she wanted. Otherwise, the Silver Bangle, she might have wanted to play that earlier. Oh goodness, this camera just got bumped big time. Now you can't see anything on Arielle's side. But now I'm deciding where to put the 20 from Megalo Cannon. I'm debating between, I believe, Kyurem and Thundurus. I'm going to go for the Kyurem just because of how threatening its presence is. Because it's the thing that's separating me from a Game 3 and immediate death. Okay, I apologize for the camera being bumped. People need to not bump cameras. It's supposed to be 20, yeah, never mind. I saw 30 on the Kyurem, I'm like, wait a minute. If that's too good to be true. There's no way there's 3 on that Kyurem, but no, it was 2. Because I used Megalo Cannon to hit it on the bench. And looks like my hand, actually, I didn't mention it earlier, but my hand looks terrible. I just attacked. I have no Pokemon or anything else. It looks, okay, good. The camera's back to normal. I apologize for that. It's hard to get the camera at the right angle. So anyway, she played a Chorus, so at this turn she's probably going to end up attacking with the Thundurus to use Raid and Knuckle and get more energy on her Kyurem, and then I don't know if I can do anything about that. If she gets the energy on her Kyurem, she'll probably just attach next turn. I need to draw a G-Booster and a Catcher to knock the Kyurem out. So let's see if she can draw that here. Or she doesn't need to draw anything, it's me that needs to draw something. Yeah, looks like my hand is Energy, Search, Shadow Triad, Catcher, probably some other junk. But yeah, now here comes the Thundurus, and getting energy on the Kyurem. This is what I was really afraid of happening. Now I can't really do anything about the Kyurem unless I draw something good. What is it? I think that was a Genesect. Okay, there may be some hope. Let's see if I have anything I can do. I may just use the Megalo Cannon and hope she doesn't have the energy. Or I could retreat to the bench to Genesect and hope she doesn't have something. Okay. So there's a Catcher on the Kyurem, and then I play Catcher on the Kyurem, I mean. And then I played an N, but before that I played an Energy Search just to get it on the Genesect. I was probably looking at my hand, realizing that I had no options, and assumed it was over, but in case it isn't over and something goes in my favor, I do want the energy on the Genesect. And I'm not sure what Arielle's doing. Someone's probably talking to her. Either that or she's cheating and counting her tech. No, I'm just joking. Arielle, I know you're not cheating. That's ridiculous. Why would I even assume that? But anyway, shuffling up here. And let's see if I can get what I want. I want the G-Booster, obviously, to knock out the Kyurem. If I don't draw that, I really will probably just lose. All she'll need is an energy. And if I can draw that, let's see if I have it. I don't see one. All Arielle will need is an energy off those 2 cards, which is very likely she'll hit. I'm just going to use the Megalo Cannon. I don't really want to retreat. That's just asking to die. Looks like I extend my hand, and yeah, because before she even played the energy, I knew it was over. There was no way she would whip that. But yeah, good game, Arielle. She will move on to 3-0, and I will be at 2-1. So hopefully I'll be able to climb up the ranks and get a high score. But anyway, thanks for watching this episode this battle. Congratulations to Arielle, and I also want to apologize to Arielle. I was very grumpy when I fought her. I remember saying things like, "You just draw so broken. That is so stupid. That shouldn't happen." But no, I'm sorry I said those things. If you're watching this, that happens with every plasma deck, and I was just upset and tired of all this tournament organizing and all this stuff. I was so, I had so much stuff to do that it really got to my head, and I was really not acting maturely that day. So I apologize. I apologize to everyone that was there that day. I was not in a good mood. But anyway, thanks for watching round 4. I will have William Comper back again to co-commentate. I will have Arielle and Arielle being 3-0 and another player who is also 3-0. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.